Alright guys, thank you so much for purchasing a Maker Rail. We're trying to put together a video to show you guys how to install them in your home. So to start with, we just need to cover what tools and sort of safety equipment you're going to need. We include all the hardware that you need to mount this stuff in the packaging, but you're going to need a few tools to really make this easy. So the first thing you're going to need is a pair of safety glasses and a pair of gardening gloves or work gloves. When you're roto-hammering and drilling these holes, there's a lot of chips and stuff produced, and you really want to make sure your eyes are protected. The next thing you're going to need is a roto hammer. This is kind of a large industrial one, but they also come in a more familiar variety like this. What you're looking for is some sort of emblem that has a hammer on it. You need a hammer drill for masonry, concrete, brick, block, CMU. You need a drill that spins and hammers at the same time. So if you have either one of these, for these wall-mounted rails, you're going to need a 1/4 inch roto hammer bit. Other than that, pretty much all you're going to need is a hammer to put these in. You can grab a nice little torpedo level. This is helpful by setting one anchor at the top, then you can use this to set plumb before you set your second anchor, but you can also just eyeball that and make sure it looks nice. Little pro tip, so you can do some layout on your walls without making permanent marks. You can just use a little bit of painter's tape and a pen to lay out the elevation and the location of this handrail, so to make it a little bit easier to drill. Alright, let's go install this sucker. Okay, this is what you're going to see in your package. There's going to be these two masonry anchors here, and there's also going to be a couple of wood screws, which hopefully you guys can figure out the wood installation on your own. This masonry concrete is a little bit more complicated, so that's why we're covering it in the video. Grab your tape measure, some blue tape, and a pen or marker to do some layout. And what we're looking for here is we want the top of this rail to sit close to 36 inches from this top step right here, and then ideally the bottom of this rail is going to be about 36 inches from the floor here. You don't have to be exact, this is just for you at your house, wherever it's comfortable, but this is a great place to start. This is probably a height you're really familiar with, because 36 inches is the ADA, American Disability Act code for this sort of grab rail. First step, so we don't make any marks on the wall, is I'm going to put a nice big chunk of blue tape close to where I think I want this. And now what I can do is get myself a reference mark set up. So there's my 36 inches is right here on this grout line. This now gives me a good frame of reference to start fitting up this chunk of handrail here. So I know we're 36 at the top, but now we can check and see what we look like down here at the bottom. And we're about 37.5, 38 inches to the bottom, and 36 to the top. So I think this is a good kind of middle ground. The one thing we want to watch out for is you want to make sure you're 2 inches inside of any edge of your concrete block or brick, because these types of anchors have a tendency to blow this brick out on this corner. If you put an anchor right up here on this edge and start tightening it down, you're going to watch this brick start breaking away. So make sure you inset these a good 2 inches. We've got 4, so we really shouldn't have any issues. So next steps, you're going to want to put on your safety glasses, get your gloves on, and we're going to get ready to drill here. Once you have your spot marked on the wall, go ahead and grab this anchor, and something I like to do is just put a little piece of tape to help mark the depth. That way I don't drill into my wall all the way up to 6 inches. And you don't want to push too hard. This roto hammer already has all the hammering and force you need, and pushing just gives you a greater chance of cracking your brick. So you just want to take it nice and easy and get yourself a hole in here. There you go, and we're going to set this top anchor first and use that as a pivot point to set the bottom anchor. We designed this to give you plenty of space at the bottom here so you can mount this second hole while it's still on the wall. Slide your anchor in, grab your favorite beater. Now I like to grab a torpedo level here and really get this dialed in. Then I can drill my second hole here. Grab our second anchor, slide it in, and really the only thing you gotta watch out for is this is peeling away from the wall just a little bit because of the tension on this top anchor. So I like to just hold these up tight against the wall while I beat this bottom one in. Nice solid mounted handrail. Last thing you gotta do is I forgot to pull the tape before we installed this. So might live back there forever. But that's how you install these on masonry, concrete, brick, CMU. The wood install is a little bit easier. It's just a standard wood screw into your trim, and hopefully you guys enjoy these.